All right, this is interesting. So, my man Sean, we're gonna go behind the curtain. We're pulling the curtain back.
See?
Sean gives you all the theories and the lessons, gets your life going, gives you some energy. He's an energy giver, not an energy taker. But today, we get to go behind the curtain, maybe put on some, what are those little surgical blouses you got to put on that
Wow.
tie in the back?
Oh, yeah, and leave you exposed.
We got Dr. Dan in here.
No, here's the cool part. Dr. Slaughter is in with us today. I talk about him all the time. He's from the sinus-snoring-ent.com is where you can go. But Dr. Slaughter, I didn't know this. He's a big Spurs fan, so we've been talking about the Spurs and Popovich. But you are the doctor that performed my sinuplasty.
That's right.
And we've been talking, and he's been trying to explain this to me because I was new to allergies when I got to Austin, and I suffered from them since I got here in the late 90s, and I had no relief. I drugged myself up with everything from Flonase to Zyrtec to you name it, over-the-counter stuff. Even got some prescription stuff from doctors before. But you explained something already that I want you to explain first, that Austin is one of the places that's a year-round allergy place.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Austin is called the allergy capital of the world for the reason we just don't have an off season. So when you come here, even if you might not have really been bothered when you lived in Washington or California or Arizona, that's because they have a bad season, and they've got some seasons that it's kind of off. Well, there is no down season in Austin, and your allergies typically here will kind of get worse every year. And then a lot of people end up like you, tons and tons of medicine, prescriptions, not just allergy stuff, but they end up getting infections and getting on antibiotics over and over again. So it's a real drag. You got to come up with a better solution.
So you've come up with that better solution. I'll say this. My neighborhood is, I guess it's called Cedar Park for a reason. It's a bunch of trees. I have 30-something trees on my lot, trees everywhere. And I've never been able to freely just kind of go through my neighborhood at this time of year and run and work out and even walk. And I just had my procedure a few weeks ago. And the last 2 days, I've gone 2.5 miles in my neighborhood and got home, and my eyes weren't hurting and itching and runny, and I wasn't getting congested. And you said, right, really, even the start of that, the sinuplasty opened up my breathing passages.
Yeah, you like a lot of people, just don't have any margin for air, all right? There's basically everything's totally blocked inside the nose, and the sinus outflow tracts are blocked, and so a little bit of allergic swelling is going to plug your nose up, and you're going to be real symptomatic, sinus pressure, not breathing, mouth breathing. So what the balloon sinuplasty did for you and does for all the people we work on is it opens up and allows the sinuses to freely and easily ventilate non-surgically by just dilating those natural outflow tracts. And then the turbinates, those structures that swell up when you have allergies and a cold, we can actually shrink those kind of like liposuction. So it's non-surgical, but it makes the airway much bigger. Now, look, even if you're not on an allergy medicine, if you go out and you get an exposure and things swell, you don't block, so you don't feel blocked.
Right.
It really does work nicely.
So part of what I'm feeling, and I'm under the assumption I will feel better and better over time.
Right.
But I have felt a big movement in the first 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And the cool part was, how'd you guys get this process so fast? I came in on a Thursday. I did it Thursday after the show. I think I did it about 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the air the next morning at 6 a.m. feeling better.
Yeah, that's what's nice. Look, it's non-surgical. Who wants to have a bunch of downtime? And really, before this procedure was invented, and I'm actually the guy that helped come up with the original prototype for the balloon we use. This was a big deal. You were going to have some hour-and-a-half surgery under general anesthetic and packing and splinting and, a week or so of downtime. And look, you might like the result long-term, but who wants to go through all that stuff? So this procedure allows us to get people fixed. I mean, literally, people a lot of times will get it done and work the same day. So that's the way, we like to do it.
Now, I came in and tested. You guys did the scanner that went around my nose. I mean, it went around my face, and you took the full scan so you could see exactly my passages and see what was there. Is everybody a candidate? Are some people candidates? We knew I was a candidate pretty quick, But how can people find out if they are a candidate? Do they just need to call the office at 601-0303 and just make an appointment?
Yeah, the bottom line is I think sometimes people get started, say, for example, on an allergy program 2, 3, 4 years into it, and they really don't feel better. And the reason why is because they never really got an appropriate evaluation before they got started. That evaluation means you need to get a good anatomical view. So in our office with you and the patients that come in, we do a mini CT scan. That way we'll make sure there's nothing structural that's wrong on the nose or a chronic sinus issue, a deviated septum, big turbinates. And then we also do that little high-definition video nasal endoscopy where we can look inside the nose, see if there are polyps or other things like that that would prevent allergy management from working. So if there's a structural issue, we can fix those with a simple office procedure like you. That's the making you good part. And then our allergy management, where we can test you without needles and get you started on allergy drops, which are convenient. That's the keeping you
I'm
good
taking
part.
those too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking those too. This is Dr. Slaughter from sinusnorenent.com. Phone number is 512-601-0303. We will get this interview up on the website so you guys can go back to it, make sure you don't miss anything. But I will say this, it felt custom for me. And you guys have great people that work there, so they're all nice, and they just are complimentary and all that stuff. But it felt like it was custom to me because you came in and you did all the testing to see exactly what I was allergic to. So it seemed like you put together a program that was fit specifically for me.
Yeah, it really is. It's incredibly unique, and we treat a lot of patients every week, but actually each person's a little different. Their structural issues that they may need corrected are very different from patient to patient, and so it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all. When it comes to allergy drops, they're literally customized to be specific for you, what you're sensitive. You might even think, look, I'm allergic to mold. Well, is it Alternaria? Is it Aspergillus? Which mold is it? So the drops are formulated with the ingredients that are specific to you. And then when you begin to take those, I'm sure, you're finding out already, it really quickly begins to suppress your allergic response. It's doing that the kind of a cool, holistic way. It's making your body develop antibodies that actually blocks the allergic reaction before it occurs, rather than just letting yourself have it and then take all these medications to try to reduce the symptoms.
Now, the cool part to me is I'm a former athlete, but I still like to be outside. And again, the biggest example I have so far is that I can go outside in my own neighborhood at this time of year when I usually never can. Because lately, we've had this green stuff all over all the cars and stuff, and that's why I can never go outside. The last month or two is that period where I can't do it. So I've been happy. You told me it was going to happen, but let's be honest, people tell you stuff all the time, but you told me it was going to happen and it happened. So I'm swearing by the work that you did. So I've been telling everybody, if you got allergy problems, if you're trying to struggle, because it's not only what happens during the day, it's me being out during the day, and then I get clogged up during the day, and then it messes with me at night. Mm-hmm. Then I don't sleep at night. After 2 or 3 days, I end up sick, and then I have some long-range issues I got to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. We always say you get a win-win. You enjoy your nose during the day on demand. I mean, you want to really get into sports, you got this VO2 max thing. It's talking about how much oxygen you can consume. Really, when it comes down to it, if you're mouth breathing, you're not breathing humidified, filtered, and warmed air. That's what your nose is supposed to do. Without breathing, without breathing that humidified, filtered, and warmed air, your lungs won't exchange oxygen very well. So you feel short of breath. You feel like, man, I'm getting old. I've lost my ability to be the athlete I was. And then at nighttime, if you're plugged up, you just don't get quality sleep. So you're going to feel bad when you wake up in the morning.
That's Dr. Slaughter. sinusnorenent.com. Phone number is 512-601-0303. I do want to ask you this because you are a Spurs fan. Everybody's saying it's Warriors and Cavs. Spurs can make some noise in the West, right?
Well, I mean, look at us. 2 out of 3 this year we beat the Warriors. So I know there was a little mix-up who was playing, who wasn't playing, but I think the Spurs can do it. It's just a matter of having that great ball movement, man. That's how they do it.
Look at him, ball movement. And he knows about Coach Pop too, Chip.
Coach Pop, baby, Coach Pop.
Come on, he met Coach Pop.
He needs to pack some pop this year.
He does.
Playoffs.
But you said you met Coach Pop. You said he was a great guy. Introduced himself to your family and everything.
Yeah, he's super, super nice guy, humbled. He's not at all acting like maybe the best NBA coach of all time. He was just really nice.
It's crazy. Chip doesn't even act like that when people meet him on the street. He's
Amazing.
He's snooty.
Come on, man.